What's flying angels? What's going on? Happy New Year. Welcome 2022. You know, hopefully this year is going to be a lot better than the last 2 years, and I'm just going to move forward into this year with positive, amazing energy. I've just been feeling blessed lately, or just been feeling good lately. I don't know what it is. It's just I've been having this good feeling on my chest for the past few months and the past few weeks. So I know something good's going to happen this year, so I'm just going to keep that in me and just keep it there. But yeah guys, happy new year, happy 2022, and hopefully everybody had a safe and wonderful new year. And you know, to all you pyros out there, hopefully you were safe and nothing tragic happened. Just hopefully everybody was safe, and that I hope you guys had an amazing time. As you guys can tell by today's title, we're going to be getting into my piercings, because I've been getting a lot of questions in public and just from family and just people in general have been curious about my piercings. And so I just want to go into detail about my piercings. Not really fully into detail, but everything about it, the specs and what I use and all of that. So let's go ahead and get into today's video. Alright, so we're going to start off with my lobes. I think the first lobe I ever got was this lobe right here. My grandma took me to Gold Mart. It's this place, literally as the name says, it's a gold mart where we have gold items, jewelry and all of that. And they did piercings with a gun, which I do not recommend. Do not use a gun. To me, it's just really bad. What it does is it will just push the skin out of the way, and eventually you just get problems. The best thing to do is just go to a professional piercer, like a tattoo parlor that does piercing, and do it with a needle, because it's hollow, and what it'll do is it'll take the skin out, whereas it's not pushing it to the side. Okay, so yeah. But where that, and yeah, so I went there, got this done, and my grandparents paid for both of my piercings, which was both of these ears right here. And when I got this one, I was like, right when the lady pierced me, I was like, she pierced, I was gung-ho about it. I was going to that place. I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get both of these pierced. My grandpa was not happy of me getting these two pierced. Like, he wanted to say, you know, you can do the two up here, but I don't want you getting both sides pierced. I'm like, yeah, but it's cute. I want these two. He's like, yeah, but it's like a girl. I'm like, not only girls have it, guys have it too, you know. My uncle has it, and he's like, yeah, well, whatever. You do what you gotta do. You do what you want to do. And so I did it, and I got this one pierced. When she did this one, I literally was right there in the chair. Hold on, let me get comfortable here. So I was in the chair, like literally like I am now, and I was ready. She went to do it, and she got the gun out there, and I was so excited, and she went boom, and I was like, girl, my body went into shock. It went into shock. I was so scared to do my second piercing after that. I did not do it. And mind you, I was afraid to tell the lady I didn't want to do the other side, because my grandparents already paid for it. Okay, my grandpa and my grandma, and my grandpa is a scary, he's like the old time grandpa that grew up like in the army times, you know. My grandpa's like hardcore spooky. So I was afraid, but I was just like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And you know, I was like, you know, I'll deal with the repercussions when we go home. The repercussions or whatever, I'll deal with it when we go home. I'll deal with whatever I got to. But I'm not doing the piercing. I'm not getting this side pierced. And my grandma and my grandpa looked at each other, and they're like, my grandma to me, she was like, I could hear her, like her nose hissing. She was just like, you could just hear it, like. And I was afraid, like, to go home with them. I was like, should I just tell them to drop me off, like leave me here, and then I'll just tell mom to pick me up at the mall. And anyways, my grandparents kept the earring, and my brother ended up doing his ear with the other one. So I just did this side, and that was that. My grandparents didn't, like, it was actually okay. The dumbest thing I did when I got this piercing was I went home, I took a shower, and I took it out, and then I went to the living room, and my uncle knew that I got it pierced, and I told him, hey, uncle, can you help me put it back in my ear? And he was like, what do you mean help you put it back in your put it back in your ear? I can't even freaking talk right now. He was like, what do you mean help you put it back in your ear? And I was like, yeah, help me put it back in my ear. I had to take it out so I could bathe, you know, and wash it. He was like, he literally slapped his head. He was like, "You stupid, Jayu." And I was like, "Why? What happened?" And he was like, "You're not supposed to take them out. You're supposed to leave it in until the thing heals." And I was like, "Well, the lady didn't tell me that. Nobody told me that. Literally." And mind you, nobody did tell me that. Nobody told me I'm not supposed to take it out and let it heal, whatever. Like, I thought I could just go in there, punch a hole in my ear, and I could just take it out and I would be fine. Like, I wasn't thinking of the healing and all of that. It's my first piercing. I didn't know about piercings at all. I was 13 when I got my piercing. I was like a teenager, and I was like 12 going on 13, or 11 going on 12. I don't know. It was like around that age. Anyways, I was just done with it. So my uncle helped me put it back in my ear, and that was that. Throughout the years, I guess I was maybe, this was at my other middle school. So I went back to my other middle school with my best friend. This was my cousins at this middle school that I was talking about earlier when I did this ear with my grandparents. And then I went back to live with my parents. So I was living with my grandparents at the time when I did this piercing. Then I moved with my mom and my dad my 8th grade year. This was my 7th grade year. And then my 8th grade year, I did this ear. I actually did it myself. So me and my best friends were like, "Oh my gosh, let's do our ear," you know. I had like, my brother, when he took out his piercing and he gave it the earring back to me, so I just kept it, you know. I cleaned it, put it in alcohol for like 5 minutes and kept it and cleaned it because it was 14 karat. I was like, I'm not gonna lose that. Anyways, I kept it, and I just ended up taking my earring from this ear because, you know, we went to Claire's the day before, bought a bunch of earrings, and me, I always buy my sterling silver because, you know, that's just me. And I put my sterling silver earring in this ear, and I took my gold earring that I pierced this ear with, because it has the sharp end, and I went ahead and I did this ear with that same earring that I got this one pierced with. So and then the other gold earring that I was supposed to initially do this earring with, I know this is confusing, I took that earring and I did my best friend's helix. So I did his helix, and I took my other sterling silver earring, literally, and it was just like a blunt tip. Like, if you know what a sterling silver, I don't wear earrings anymore, like earrings with backings, just because when I like to wear my earrings to go to sleep and be able to just wake up in the morning and not have to worry about my earrings at all, period. So I wear, my earrings have the flat backs, like these have the flat backs. So, and you just pretty much pull it out, like you just pull the diamond out and you put it back in. It's called a push, it's called a pushback, or they call it a, I don't know, but all of these, all of my earrings, I will literally put a link below. You guys can buy it. Sorry, I keep on looking at the viewfinder. Okay, so anyways, I need to make this short because I don't want my battery to die, because it's just battery. I only have one battery. And so anyways, I took that earring and I just shoved it straight into this helix right here. So this is where I did my helix here, did this helix here, and then I did this ear that same day. So I did this hole, and then this ear, and I didn't even measure this hole. So if you kind of look at my ears in a way, like these two lobes right here, it's a little off because I didn't measure it. I didn't know where to put it. I just thought, you know, I was like, oh, they look cute, look. So after that helix, I didn't get a piercing for a long time, and then I eventually did my seconds, and then I did this third. I never did the third on this one because this hole, I have to do it like 1, 2, 3, 4 times. I had to do this hole because it was crooked every damn time I did it. It looked like an L. It was just weird. And if I knew about stacked lobe piercings at the time, I would have just kept it where it was, and I would have just put a stacked lobe above it. Eventually, I'm still going to get stacked lobes. Like, that's my dream, is to get stacked lobes up here, like right in the middle of these holes, like right in the middle. And I'm gonna eventually do these too. I eventually did these, and I just, you know, chickened out, and I never ended up doing my thirds up here. So that was that. And then eventually I had this one pierced. This is like one of my retired piercings. I had a 4 helix piercing that I did that's retired. These are like the retired piercings that I'm talking about. And then I did have 2 piercings over here, I think it was, or over here. It was one of these ears. But I did it, it was all with a gun, and every time, I never knew why it got infected. It was only when I did my cartilage with the guns is when my ear got infected, or it just rejected the piercing. So when I did this on myself, where I just took my finger and just shoved it through, this never got infected. It never did. And it just healed. It just healed with the piercing in it. But yeah, I worked at Hot Topic, and that's where I got most of my earrings, and that's where I just bought earrings like on sale, or I would use my discount, and I would just pierce myself, and that's how I got this one, and you know, yeah. And then eventually down the line, I ended up getting like long, like this was like when I was in my teen years, okay? Then long down the line, like later years and years went by, that's when I got my rook. I got my rook piercing. This one, I almost, like, it was weird because my friend got her piercings and she got hers done, and I was like, oh my god, it's so funny, because I was literally just doing research about that piercing, and like I was thinking about getting it this weekend. I got it and it ripped twice. It ripped. So the first time it was hanging out like this, I guess. Like if you look, it was hanging out like this, where it should be like in, and it was like hanging out like this, I guess, and it caught on my friend's car door twice, on the same door, and it was just like, Cardi, if you're watching this, girl, I love you. But oh my god, I was so irritated. I was gonna take it out, but I was like, you know what, this piercing is so, it literally is so cute. I think this is such a cute piercing. Like, look at this piercing. It is so cute. Like, hello, how can you not like that piercing? So I kept it, because everyone that I knew that got it ended up taking it out. I kept mine in, and now it's like fully healed. I can like mess around with it. I've had it for years, and about a year after I got this piercing, I got my conch. So my conch right here is in the back, that little ball behind my DAITH. I got my conch piercing. On a pain level from 1 to 10, like all of these piercings, I'm gonna be honest, I have a really high tolerance for pain. So it was like, if I could go 0, it would be a 0, but it was technically a 1, because it's like, I guess it would be, it's not usually 0 to 10, it's like 1 to 10. But it would be a 1, but if I could pick 0, it'd be 0. Like, I didn't feel them. I didn't feel them at all. I didn't feel my lobes. The only one I felt was this one. I'm gonna be honest, it was this one. It was the first one, because it was my first piercing, and ever since then, I got immune to piercing my ears. When I did all of these, it didn't hurt. And when I did my rook, honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I'm really gross and sick in a way. Like, I love the sound of my cartilage cracking. So I will get a lot of cartilage piercing just because of that fact. It's weird and gross, but I like the sound of my cartilage cracking. So when I did this piercing, I was like, oh my god, I want to do I was gonna do my industrial, but the guy was like, you know, you don't have the ear anatomy. It was not right for an industrial piercing. He said, and if anybody does it, they're an asshole for doing it. Like, he said, I'm gonna be honest with you. But honestly, when I went to piercers, they said I do have the anatomy, so I just was like, whatever. I just never ended up doing it. Most of the piercings that I have, like, honestly, I'm a person who sleeps straight on my back, and I sleep straight up like a vampire, like Wednesday Addams. That's how I learned it, no lie. Like, literally, I just started copying her from how she slept. Christina Ricci, when she played Wednesday Addams, the way she slept like that inside of Addams Family. Like, I look up, like, I'm just like, you okay? Like, the way I sleep. So I can get ear piercings. That's why I just get ear piercings, because I don't have to ever worry about the healing process or sleeping, because I don't sleep on my ear, I sleep on. And if I do have to sleep on my piercing, I have one of those pillows. Hold on, I'll show you. So I bought one of these pillows right here. It's one of those airplane pillows, or whatever, you know, one of those neck pillows, so you can sleep. But honestly, this has been like the best thing ever. After I explain this, I'll explain, because then we're going to get into my new piercings, which I just got recently. But anyways, back to my rook piercing, my conch. It literally didn't hurt. The lady was like, it's going to be a little bit sore, you know, because I originally wanted to do my conch on this side. And she was like, oh no. She looked behind my ear. She was like, oh no, it wouldn't. I don't know. She's like, there was something over here that would not let her do it. So I was like, fuck. I wanted to get the conch piercing because of a famous person. Okay. But anyways, yeah. So I got that, and honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I don't even remember, for all of these piercings, I don't even remember healing them or like cleaning them. Probably maybe my rook for the first like week or so, and then my conch for the first week or so. What I did was I made my own mixture of purified water, non-iodized salt, and that's all I use, and I just sprayed it on my piercing. I literally only remember cleaning these two like a little bit, and that was it. I stopped. I never ever cleaned these. I just swam in the ocean, and that was it. From what I heard, don't do that, because bacteria and all of that is in the water. You don't want that to get into your piercings, and you know. So yeah, And then like years later after that, like I finally decided to get piercings when I finally moved home, which was maybe about a month ago. I decided to get 3 piercings at once, which is never like a thing that I usually do. And I got my DAITH piercing. So I got my DAITH pierced right here, this ring right here. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest, to those people who get it because they wanna get rid of migraines, I am a person who lives with migraines, really bad migraines, to the point where like I throw up and I literally have to call out sick from work. That's how bad it gets. And I cannot look at any kind of light, anything. I'm sensitive to every sort of light. I'm like a vampire. I just die. I sleep, I just stay under my blankets all day and I just let it just ride. I just ride out the pain. It's just, I take pills, but it never works. Ever since I got my DAITH pierced, I haven't had a migraine. I might get headaches, but then it's technically for migraines. I haven't had a migraine. There is a difference between migraines and headaches. You need to do your research on that. People are like, no, they're the same. No, it's not. It's not, girl. You will know the difference between a migraine and a headache. Do your research. I did it. It's not the same thing. Anyways, I got both of my traguses as well. On both sides, because I've always wanted both traguses. I've seen people with only one and I'm just, oh, that's cute, but I'm like, I've always wanted 2. I just always thought it was cute. It's just cute. It matches with my bottoms here, my bottom lobes, and it just complements it so well. And it's just, my ears look so cute with them. Back to the pillow, I saw a bunch of videos of people online using this exact pillow. It was an airplane pillow, and it's not just for putting it over your neck like that when you're trying to sleep, you know. You can also button it and sleep with it like this. So your ears are like literally in the circle. This has helped me so much. But like I said, I'm a person who sleeps straight up. I recommend this. I will link a link below for all of my earrings as well. Because I've been watching styling videos. I've been trying to like style my ears and stuff. And for my piercing, for these, I am taking care of them because I really don't want these to get bumps. I've been seeing people getting bumps a week after getting it. I mean, it's been a month now, so I've been on these, you know, thank you universe, thank you. I've been taking care of them. I use this NEILMED Cleanse Piercing Aftercare Wash, and it's a wound wash. It's fine mist, so it's like, it's a fine mist. I love that. I bought this other wound wash you can buy if you don't have the money to buy this. This is hard to find here in Hawaii. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest, it's hard to find here on Maui too. It's hard to find in Hawaii. Like, it's really hard to find this thing, and I had to order mine online to get it. Thank you to the universe gods, and thank you to the universe and the gods up there, you know, that they're watching and looking out for me, and the piercing gods are looking out for me. I'll post everything down below. I'll post all of the information down below where you can get my rings from my ear. So like these flatbacks, these rings, and yeah, I'll let you know where you can get all of that. It will be all in my description box down below, and I think that's about it. But yeah, I definitely recommend, if you are a sleeper, who's a person who does sleep on your side, I do recommend getting this. I will link this below as well. I got it from Amazon. It's really cheap and it's really soft, and you can take it off. You can take off this cover and wash it, which is really awesome. And yeah, I love that. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to see more of these, which I will probably be posting a lot more piercing videos about my piercings and everything more into detail about each piercing and how long the healing time, aftercare, and all of that. But if you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely hit that thumbs up because it will definitely help me out. Hit that subscribe button, and you guys have an amazing daytime, week, night, whatever time you're watching this. Stay fly, and I will see you all in the next one. Aloha.